G'day everybody. I want to talk about things that get taken too far. And here it goes. Now, we all know, you can look this up, that companies get the right to sell your information, pretty much get in your phone, because if you get these apps, this is how they trick you with their little fine prints and stuff, is that you can't get nothing for free. Facebook ain't free, nothing's free. Nothing's free in this world, I can tell you that. And you know that they're allowed to get in your phone and see what you check out your apps and your cookies and all that kind of thing, so they can advertise to you. That's one thing, right? You can look this up and what they do. Imagine that they listen, and they can probably listen in on your phone. They've probably got loopholes somewhere along the line if you check it up. And these people will find them and use them to make money. And here it goes. Imagine that they take that example, right? That law they're allowed to do. Oh, you got the app, you did this. That they're allowed to listen in on your phone. They say that. I remember an app that said something like that, where we might listen in on your phone because you're joining a cool group, and we want to make sure that you're not bad or anything like that. But imagine twisting that around to listen in on people, to blackmail people, to make up a story on people, to get the information so they can use their information instead, so they're listening in. And they're like, oh, they got all these ideas. A little bit like the Facebook thing, how the person, if you watch a movie about that, how Facebook got created, that someone else had the idea, and then someone else comes along and goes, oh, they haven't got the know-how properly to bring that idea out. They haven't got the money. I'm going to just go do it, right? Instead of, working with the person and discussing that issue with them first. So what they do is they listen in on people, and they take your ideas. Imagine that. In fact, if that's not happening, we can make this a movie. I love thinking of these things that actually is possible to happen. And then I'm like, oh, maybe that could even be a movie. We'll make a movie about that. Because Hollywood love making movies about things that can actually happen. And probably is happening and people don't really notice. But imagine that. Now, with all that, is this really right for these companies to steal your ideas behind the scenes and stuff like that? Because apparently they're allowed to listen? No, they don't. They have no right at all to do things like that. The only right they have is how to help you, apparently. Apparently they get these laws because they're apparently meant to help us, not make it harder for us, are they? Anyway, so imagine that happening. Imagine that these people, you can have a group, say, I'll do this. I can be, I call myself a Makanona reader. It's a reader. And I use cards. And I say these cards are special. But to join my little app, and I have an app and a thing that you download, right? And your little writing, and you got to let me do this and this and this. And you got a confirmation this. So you can have my little app. And then when you do it, I can listen in on you. And I pretend I know your life and stuff through the cards, because all I have to do is listen in through your phone and hear you laugh a bit, and then I'll do a reading for you about your life, and you'll be like, what the fuck? How did you know this? And if I'm good at intuition, I can talk about what's about to come for you, because I'm listening on your life, and I'm going, oh, this is about to happen to them, this is about to happen. Or I can even create things in the background to happen, so I can talk about it to you, and you'll be like, holy shit, they're so magical, right? If you didn't know that I was doing this trick, because that's what magic is. A lot of the magic, right? All the magic we know of, right, is an illusion, isn't it? I don't do illusions. I'm not that kind of magic person, and I don't do that kind of magic. What I do is what I do and what I say, and that's it. I don't create no illusions, and I don't look up nothing and try to trick anything to try to get an answer. But people do that, right? And that's why when you actually look up the tarot readers and that, right? And people shouldn't get too involved with that, even though the tarot readers, you give us a text for personal readings, and then they say they don't do personal readings, you hear all this kind of stuff. But when it comes to those tarot readings on the internet, don't get sucked into them, because they're there for entertainment. They're entertainment purposes. Right? And so they're meant to talk some cock-a-doodle-doodle, read a script, whatever. I understand all that. But if they're doing the other thing for entertainment, like I was just mentioning earlier, then that is wrong. And they're going to get in trouble for that. Because people will find out that they're doing it eventually when you do that. But anyway, I thought I'd have a little chat about that. And Hollywood might be interested in giving some ideas about certain things. Oh, man, you're right. We can probably do that. We might even already have a movie. But hey, Hollywood's good at remaking movies over and over again 16 times. You know what I mean? Anyway, bye-bye and have a good one, people. See ya.